Hello, beautiful beings. It feels very important for me to be here right now, sharing this message. We're in some very intense times, and I know you don't need me to tell you that. You're experiencing it in your own body. And I just wanted to come on here to share a few things about potentially how to navigate that and give some context of what's happening. I find when I have context for my experience, especially when it's a negative one, I can ease into it more, and it just like lessens the discomfort of it. So I just want to start out by saying that we're in a massive rebirth on the whole planet. Each one of us included in that. No one gets to escape this. We're all here together, and we're here for a purpose. And if you are here, you chose to be here. You decided to come at this time. No one is a victim of what's happening here. The specific experiences may have been chosen by you before coming, or they were manifested just along your path and how things are unfolding. Regardless, you, at your core, will remain light, no matter what happens here. You, at your core, are a being of light, and you will remain that way even after this life. And this process that we're in now is that life wants us to remember that we are light, that you are light. Life wants you to remember that you are light, that you are one with life, that you are creation itself. And so at this moment in time, this present moment in time, what's happening is everything, every cell, every part of you, down to the atom, every piece that does not believe or that is not in alignment with the truth that is that you are light and you are part of the whole of creation and life itself. Anything that does not fully believe that and fully align with that truth will be pressed on. Not to cause pain and not to cause discomfort. It's not for the purpose of pain or the purpose of discomfort. It's for the purpose of awakening you to your true self, to your true value, to the truth of what you are. Because what's happening in the world right now, we need warriors. We need warriors of light, which is what you are. So whatever it is that you're experiencing, whatever it is, whatever pain you're feeling, I wish for you to see the truth. And I wish for you to know that that pain is not there simply to cause you pain. It is happening for you. Everything in life that we experience happens for us. This is the way the universe swirls and manifests so that we can see ourselves. We can clear what is not true of ourselves. So whatever you're experiencing, no matter the depth, no matter the despair, no matter the level of pain, And depending on the state that you're in, this might be very hard to hear, and I understand. Because I also have those experiences, and have had and continue to have those experiences. And looking back, I see them as a gift. Sincerely. My heart is filled with gratitude for any pain and any suffering that I ever experienced. Because if it was not for those loud sounding alarms, I would not be aligned, I would not be anchored, and I would not know myself to the point that I do now. And I'm telling you, that is where we're going. That is where we're going. And it's so beautiful. Even if it's hard to see in those moments. And this is why I feel it's important for me to express this. And it's not always easy to receive when you're in those states, I know that. But I'm here telling you. It is all here to help you. Life is conspiring for you to see yourself, and for you to know yourself, and for you to align with your best self, for you to thrive, and for you to expand, and for you to live a life that's fulfilling and aligned with who you truly are. Life wants you to win. Life is endless. It's relentless, and it's going to relentlessly push on that which is not aligned with your soul. And that could look a variety of different ways. It's probably manifesting in relationships for a lot of people. And that can be relationships with people. It could also be your relationship with a career, your relationship with a certain identity that you've created for yourself. It could be relationships with habits, with lifestyle choices. Anything that is not aligned with your soul, with your highest being, with the truth of who you are, is going to be pressed on. And it's going to be uncomfortable. And some of it's going to be very painful. And not fun. And it's going to hurt. But the pain is there to indicate something. The same way that the physical body works when there's pain. It's a messenger. It's saying, hey, look at me. Look at me. Something is up here. I need you to look at this. It's just calling for your attention. And the process of how you move through that, we all have different tools and different methods, but it just wants your attention. And maybe you need to feel a feeling and release it. Maybe you need to just dig into somewhere, just to identify it and say hello to this thing that you've buried inside yourself for your whole life, and maybe beyond that. Maybe it's something you've carried from other lives. Maybe it's something collective. Maybe it's something in your star lineage. But it's something that needs your attention, and that's why it's calling to you. It's almost like the opposite side of the spectrum of inspiration. If inspiration were in, say, a dualistic way, inspiration was the positive experience of something that's calling you, pain and discomfort, whether it's physical or emotional, is calling you. It's trying to get your attention, so you have to look at it. And sometimes that in itself is the painful part. That can be the actual painful part. And sometimes it takes some digging, and there can be layers and layers and layers. But that pain, once you press on it, and you see it, and you release it, underneath is you. A part of you that you weren't accepting or loving or willing to see. And it got buried and it got pushed down, further down, and then it got covered with this lie and covered with this lie and covered with this lie, and eventually it became who you are. And life is saying, we need that little piece. No one gets left behind on a humanity level and on a yourselves level, because it's a micro and macrocosm happening. As above, so below, as within, so without. It's a mirror of each other. And so it might feel endless. And sometimes growth feels that way. But it's because you can't leave any little piece of yourself behind. And even if your mind doesn't know that there are pieces missing, your soul and your subconscious being does. It knows where they all are. And that's why situations in your life are manifesting that are rocking your whole thing right now, because this piece, that piece of you that's locked inside, buried under all that pain, is shaking like a seed in the ground, because it's saying, don't leave me here. It wants to be connected back to the whole puzzle of you, but it's stuck in this thing and it's rumbling, and it's going to shake your whole ground of who you are. Of who you are, of how you live, maybe what your relationships looks like. All the pieces, wherever this piece is, it's going to shake that part. But again, it's not there to harm you. It's for love. It's for love and for your benefit, and so that you can live in peace. And so that you can be free. Free of all the limitations that you put on yourself. Free of all the limitations that society puts on us. Free to be completely who you are. Free in ways that even from here right now are hard to imagine. This is where we're going, and I know we will get there. I love you, and I know you will find your way back to yourself. Please take care of yourself. Be gentle with yourself. And I thank you from the deepest, deepest part of my soul for the work that you're doing. Because when you connect to your own heart, and when you live from that place, you ignite that process in every person you encounter. And that's the power of changing the world. One person at a time. It doesn't matter how long it takes. We're all coming back into our hearts. So thank you for being brave, for facing yourself, and for digging to find all those little abandoned pieces of yourself. I love you. Thank you for being here.